Good day! Coming to you from Chandler Park in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm here with Craig Wallander, a man of many faces and disguises.
Greetings!
And this day we're going to discuss how to pick or create your own persona to wear at a Renaissance fair. I've talked to many people that do dress up, and we believe that patrons have so much more fun when they dress in garb and go to a Renaissance fair, instead of just dressing in shorts and t-shirts and sporting shirts and such. Do you not think this is the same?
I do.
So, it took me 7 years personally to start dressing up, because I'd started setting up my own tent and I had to look more authentic when patrons came in, so I had to pick the persona that I have. And today we're going over a few questions such as, how does one choose what character to be? And some people may go by what characters they like a lot from different movies, television shows, songs, or books. And also, for my case, some people pick characters that they do not usually see at fairs. For the first 7 or 8 years I was going to fairs, I never saw any archers at all. I saw knights, pirates, robes, winches, but no archers. So I picked an archer, as I had taken an archery class a few years before I started going to Renfairs. So Craig, how long have you been going to Renaissance fairs?
I have been going for 20 years. I'm not sure the exact date when it started, but I have literally been going since the first Ren Fair they had in Muskogee 20 some odd years ago.
Oh my, good for you.
I had been going for 10 or 15 years before I had ever dressed up as for one.
I see. That was going to be my next question. How long did you wait before you started to garb up? And what characters have you developed over the years?
Over the years, I've developed several characters, but only 2 for Ren Fairs. Others have been for St. Patrick's Day parties and, such, of course, Halloween and stuff like that. My first character for Ren Fair was actually a wizard, which I will probably change into later on in this interview. And it came about because one day I was getting ready to go, and I decided that I wanted to, as I got ready to go a week or 2 in advance, I decided I wanted to dress up, and the only garb I could think of was I had a monk's robe and just a cowl, and I decided to make an amulet and to be a wizard. So I made me an amulet, and I made me a staff, and I went down to Muskogee dressed as a wizard. But I had no headgear when I got there. When I got there, that was one of those rare occasions when I had more money than I had sense. And one of the vendors had this headset that was a set of foam goat horns. And I bought the goat horns and put them on. They went perfectly with my outfit. So that was my first costume for a Ren Fair.
And it looks like?
Well, a while later, I was sitting at a show, watching an interactive show at a Ren Fair, and it was the Bedlam Bards, and they were calling on the audience, and I raised my hand, and he looked down at me, and he seen a wizard wearing horns, and he said, "Tim, can I call you Tim?" So if anybody has ever seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail, I have been Tim the Enchanter ever since. But as the character developed, I realized I am not the original Tim the Enchanter. I inherited the title from the previous Tim the Enchanter. He was not the original Tim the Enchanter either. The original Tim the Enchanter has been retired 1,500 years and living like a king in Patagonia.
I was not aware of that.
Few people are.
That is funny. Very funny. And you're also a pirate from time to time. Why did you pick your pirate character?
Well, the pirate character evolved in a totally different line. as I got involved with a local Renfaire that started off in Kiefer, we were working on a pirate ship one day, and the lady who ran the fair, we were trying to find out with a name, and I told her, why don't we call it the Grace O'Malley? Grace O'Malley, if you don't not aware of it, was a famous Irish pirate of the 17th century that went toe-to-toe with Queen Elizabeth's navy. When Renee found out that I knew something about women pirates, she asked me if I could tell their stories. As you say, you've always heard tales of Blackbeard and Captain Morgan and famous pirates like that, but you never hear anything about the women pirates.
It's true.
So I studied up on women's pirates, and I put together a pirate costume. And because I was already known as Tim, and because after setting up for the fair I was tired, one of the other performers in the fair called me Tired Tim the Pirate.
That will work. That is very good. I only have one persona myself, so it is good to have those two.
I have multiple personalities.
We're glad they come out at the Renaissance Fizz.
I've also been a leprechaun, and during December I've been known to have people confuse me with a jolly fellow in a red suit.
I wonder who that could be.
I don't know.
I may have someday if someone will tell me who that
But
might
as you were saying about picking your persona based on that, the one thing I would advise is A, pick somebody you're interested in, something you are interested in, and something that fits your personality and or your structure. He could pass for Robin Hood.
I guess so.
You may not realize this, I am not very tall. I obviously could not be Little John. I got my wizard robe from a priest robe that I had when I played Friar Tuck for Halloween one year.
Huzzah! Very nice.
It's simple going from a monk to a wizard. You change out the cross for an amulet. Instead of a staff carved with wizards on it, you get a plain wooden stick. You put on a cowl, and maybe you carry a jug with you, and you're Friar Tuck.
Huzzah! Very good. Mayhaps we can see the wizard sometime this day.
I imagine we could imagine him to come up.
Very good. Well, let us see if we can work on it. And behold, the wizard has arrived. Huzzah!
Huzzah! Good day.
Good day. You make some very good magic. So, how do you decide which character to go to depending on which event you're going to attend or be a part of, other than being asked to help tell pirate stories?
Well, if I'm actually officially involved, it depends on what I'm officially involved with. If I'm just going as a character, it depends on what I feel like. If I feel like a wizard, I'll dress as a wizard. If I feel like a pirate, I'll be a pirate. And sometimes I'm a pirate wizard.
That'd be
Leave off the robe and wear the pirate garb put on the hat and carry the staff.
I see. That is good. And I guess if someone is going to a fair over 2 days or a weekend or a third, sometimes I've had to change almost my whole outfit from one day to the next, or I do not have time to wash all my clothes overnight when I'm going back home before I go back the next day. So, yes, if you had multiple outfits, you could be different characters, different days.
And sometimes it depends on the weather. If you're going to a Renfaire and it's in the middle of summer, you may not want to wear something that's a dark brown color and, it gathers the heat.
Definitely.
I've got a shirt similar to his that has no sleeves in it that is perfect for summer weather as a pirate.
Good choice. Good call.
But on the other hand, I could also wear the black shirt as a pirate and put on a fur cape that I have and wear it as a pirate.
That would work as well.
There are many things that you can do. A lot of it depends on your interpretation of what you want to be.
Yes. Right. And your imagination. What you want to do.
It's all in the imagination.
That's true. Very good. And the different characters would have different accents. The pirates have different accents, of course, and an English archer, some wizards, or a gypsy, or what else would there be? Knights.
I've been trying to develop a
Spaniards.
dwarf.
Ah,
And of course, if I'm a dwarf, I usually figure out it. I usually revert back to a Gimli accent.
that would be well. Make sure people do not toss you. while you're-
Nobody tosses a dwarf.
And there are several things you can do to offset or complete your garb. You can buy mugs, daggers, pouches, braces, which I do not have my brace on, feathers. What cap? Which side is it on this year?
It's on your right
It's
side.
on this
It's
side.
on your left.
It changes depending on the feather. And there are many places you can find such things. The Renaissance fairs are good for all of those. If you want to buy weapons, a knife or a dagger or a sword, I can tell you that Scottish festivals usually have cheaper weapons than Renaissance fairs because that is not their main focus, like it would be at a Renfaire. And are there any good places you were telling me up here a moment ago about how you find your staff?
Well, I actually found the wood to make the staff out of in a brush pile out of park one day, and I had the rabbit fur and the antlers from craft items that I had, and just pick up other things. But as you say, it's a lot of it's in the accessories. The robe I originally bought when I was being Friar Tuck for Halloween. This I bought when I got to the Renfaire, and it went with the costume, and I went with it. Picked up a piece here and a piece there. You can change out an amulet, as I've already done for my pirate thing. As I thought this looked more like I decided to be more of an earth wizard or druid type person, and thought he would have more of a rock thing than a big silver or monstrosity.
Sort of a Radagast kind of natural.
More of a
wizard.
Radagast type person.
Very nice.
I'm obviously not going to be Gandalf. I'm not tall enough, and I'm too fat.
And you're not gray.
Not completely,
Not
yeah.
gray. Like
And
a
my
baby.
robe is not gray. You do what I work with what I've got. I've also got a during March. If I put on a green hat, everybody assume I'm dressed as a leprechaun.
You do look quite the leprechaun in your outfit.
And
you have a red beard at that
And
time.
on Patty's Day, I go to a St. Patrick's Day party. I'll cut off my mustache, dye my beard red, and put on a green top hat and ruffles, and pay for my beer with gold coins.
From your pot of gold. Eh?
I'll actually spend most of the year collecting gold dollars.
Nice. Yes, they have some new ones nowadays that are nice. And when I first went to a Renaissance fair, I saw parts of garb, and I saw a pair of boots from I will not say where. They cost $1,500. It was $1,500 for a pair of boots, and I said, I will never dress up. It is too expensive. But I got a tip, and these are just moccasins I bought from an Indian store in Tulsa and cut the frill off. They're only $100. You can find many such things. Many department stores are also online.
Also, dealing with footwear, if you want a simple pair of boots, just a pair of Roper cowboy boots,
Huh?
Justin Ropers. They work perfectly fine with your garb.
Aye. And sandals for some different types of outfits as well.
Aye.
So, all right. Is there anything else you would like to add about creating a persona or a character?
Just find what you like and have fun with it. The sky is the limit. If you want to be authentic, get as authentic as you think you're comfortable with. If you don't want to be that authentic, just have fun with what you've got and act like you're dressing for Halloween.
Huzzah! Well put. Gramercy, I hope these hints and tips help any one of you that wants to get started on a character to go ahead and do so. And I hope we will see you at a fair. Gramercy and huzzah! Good day! Live! It's not live. And we are recording.
And it doesn't look as cheesy as that one with the big green thing sticking out at the end of it.